is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 69,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video, and this time is gonna be a little different because this story is it's a pretty long story, and it's a story that you have to read. Like, you can't change it yourself. Like, normally when I read stories, I change it a little bit to my own kind of version, but this is the type of story that you can't get wrong. So what I'm gonna do is, obviously I haven't like memorized the entire story, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all creepypasta style today, and I'm gonna so obviously you guys don't want to see me sitting here reading from my phone, so I'm gonna do like a creepypasta themed video, if you guys get what I mean. Anyway, let's just cut to the chase, shall we? So today I will be telling you guys a scary story, which is called The Perfect Girl. The Perfect Girl. One summer, a girl moved into the house next door. She lived with her mother, and they were quite poor. Her father had abandoned them years before. She was in a new town and just found it hard to adjust. Although we both came from different backgrounds, she and I got to be friends. We were not very close, but I often visited her house, and we would talk. The moment I laid eyes on her, I knew she was the perfect girl for me. Unfortunately, she didn't feel the same way. She was attracted to boys who were handsome and confident. It was clear that I wasn't her type, so I decided to wait. She didn't have any friends of her own to talk to, so she confided in me. Mostly she would complain about her life, telling me how her mother hit her, how the girls in her class were mean and excluded her. She also told me about a boy that she had a crush on. He was very popular with the girls in school. As she talked about her problems, I just sat there and listened. One day, the girl stopped coming to school. As it turned out, it was because she was being bullied. She told me that one of the popular girls in school had found out that she had a crush on her boyfriend. The popular girls and her friends would bully her every time they saw her. She said they would even spread vile rumors about her to the other classmates, and they were making her life a living nightmare. I just kept quiet and listened as she vented about her problems. Her behavior began to change after she entered junior high school. She stayed out until all hours of the night and began to smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol. I heard rumors that she was also doing drugs too. She fell in with a bad crowd and was even arrested by police once. Her home life grew even worse, and she would frequently quarrel with her mother in the middle of the night. All of the girls in school hated her. Someone sprayed graffiti all over her house, calling her horrible names, saying disgusting things about her. Someone even killed her pet cat and stuffed it through the letterbox. Okay, I'm just gonna stop this creepypasta right here. Whoever kills a cat, I want them dead. Moving on. Eventually the girl dropped out of high school. She became withdrawn and locked herself in her bedroom. She stopped speaking to her mother and went days without leaving her room. She rarely even came out to eat. She looked pale, sickly, and painfully thin. Her mother took to leaving food outside her door. She would only come out when she needed to use the toilet or in the middle of the night when her mother was asleep. It was a miserable life. I went to see her for the first time in a long time. She refused to come out to see me, and even though I yelled through the keyhole, she refused to answer. Her mother gave me a bowl of soup to take upstairs to her. I caught a glimpse of her when she opened the door to take it. She was pale, drawn, haggard, and looked sick. She looked like a wet rag that had been wrung out. I went to see her every day. After a while, the girl began to talk to me through the door. She told me how she was constantly fighting with her mother and all of her older friends had forgotten about her. She told me how she had fallen in with a bad crowd and went out with them at night, stealing, doing drugs, and getting into trouble. She told me she was caught shoplifting by the police, and she had a criminal record. She told me how her mother tried to help her at first, but when she wouldn't listen, her mother flew into rage and beat her. Her life had become so unbearable. She told me she had tried to commit suicide many times by slitting her wrists. Just like the old days, she continued to talk on, and I just listened. Whenever she asked for my opinion, I just shrugged or made some innocuous remark. As time went by, the girl's mood gradually began to brighten. She even decided to come out of her room. It seemed like things were getting better, and the future was looking positive. Her mother broke down in tears and thanked me. One day the girl went up to the roof of an apartment building in the neighborhood and jumped off. The building wasn't very high, and she landed in shrubbery. That was probably what saved her life. However, her spinal cord was injured in the fall, and she was paralyzed from the neck down. Doctors said she would spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair. When she got out of hospital, I went to see her. She was laying in bed, unable to move. She apologized to me over and over, and she couldn't stop crying. She said she wished that she didn't survive the fall and told me she was sorry for all the trouble that she had caused me and her mother. I tried to soothe her and stop her crying, but it's hard to comfort someone when they're laying down. I embraced her awkwardly. She was weeping so much that her whole body was shaking. She couldn't even wipe her own tears away. Then, as I held her in my arms, I asked her to marry me. She was like, "Really? Are you serious? Me? Really?" She couldn't believe that anyone would want her. I had to propose to her several times before she would believe I really meant it. She cried so hard, her tears ran dry. I tried to reassure her, and I told her that I wanted to marry her because I had always loved her. She was the perfect girl for me. She always has been. Even when she ignored me and didn't return my feelings, even when she was hanging out with a bad crowd, even when I had to listen to all her stupid problems, even when she became so thin and was hiding in her room, even when I told the popular girls she fancied her boyfriend, even when I was spreading vile rumors about her to her classmates, even when I sprayed graffiti all over her house, even when I killed her cat and put it through the letterbox of her house, even now that she is lying there in her bed, small, weak, and unable to move, even now, I still love her. You see, she is the perfect girl for me. Soon, we will be married. Holy crap, I did not see that coming. Did you guys see that coming? I did not see that coming. That was friggin' terrifying. Like, the guy was the bad guy all along. The guy who seemed so sweet and innocent, and like, he listened to her, he was in the friend zone, he listened to her problems, he tried to help her, he was like constantly visiting her, bringing her stuff. And he turns out to be the one that made her the way she is. Like, he made her so weak and depressed and turned everybody against her just so that she would become emotionally dependent on him to get her to marry him. Now, a lot of people would say he's psycho, but he's also a friggin' genius. Like, he did all this and didn't even get caught. He got this girl that he loved to, like, not love him back, but I guess depend on him, to realize that he was there when all along it was him. Be careful who you trust, guys. Be careful who you trust. It's not cool. But thank you guys so much for watching. My question to all of you for question of the day is, did you see that coming? Be honest with me. Let me know in the comment section, yes or no, because that is the question of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I did the creepypasta thing. I mean, I'm not a creepypasta storyteller, but I hope I did it justice to, you know, be a part of the creepypasta kind of, you know, the way they do it, so the creepypasta people. So hopefully I did it justice. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. Let's see if we can go for 15 million likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And remember, the most important thing of all, guys, chase your dreams. I love you all. Mwah!